Hey everybody, and welcome back to Jaraci Cup 9. Welcome to the channel. Continuing our coverage of the group stage move to Rompafrolic versus NoFun, a GVG slugfest. I'm excited for this one. NoFun, obviously, really fun player to watch, but he wasn't really terribly active for a couple months there, so really fun to see him come back in JC9. And he's still good old NoFun. He's been playing pretty well so far in the games that I've seen, but this might be the first one that we're casting of him, actually, for this whole tournament. Can that be true? Yeah, it is. So this is the first games that that we're gonna see of him in this tournament so far. So really hyped to see how he performs here. His opponent gonna be Rompafrolic, who we've been seeing a bunch of replays from. I get the feeling he did like all of his games in a day or something, because we've cast like 3 in a row now. If you didn't see the other series, too bad, I guess. I don't know. In the eventuality that these do get put on YouTube, as I'm hoping, maybe you'll be able to see them there and stop here and go back and watch the other series, but you know, we'll see. I still have dreams to upload, but it's tough from my current position. Really bad internet speeds is what's holding me down there. But that's okay. And by the way, you'll notice when I'm streaming when the quality dies, it's for the same reason. But, you know, don't want to spoil things that have happened already, so stop watching if you don't want to know. I don't know. But Rompafrolic obviously is 0-4 so far on the group stage. And this is going to be a tough opponent, NoFun. He's one who's, I feel like, not got like the iron-tight grasp on like the mirror matchup here, but he's much better than like the average player. A lot of people just don't really know what to do in GVG, and I feel like NoFun has got, he's got definitely kind of like a mind for the matchup here. Rompafrolic, by the way, going for some 2PC with skims here, so he's not going to go for any tech here. That is going to give him the skim count advantage. But back when people used to do this a lot in vanilla, I found as I was playing against Sparrow that you didn't have to match it with 2PC. You had the skimmer numbers originally, so you could show up, attack him when he still has the less numbers. If he moves out across the field, that means he has to stay back at home. You buy time to get tech, and tech can either overcome the 2PC advantage, or you can go for a second PC of your own. But this, however, is probably not what you want to do. I feel a little silly now. I was just praising NoFun. In fact, now he's target prioritizing the carrier there, which is really not what he wants to do. Overcommitting here for salvagers. He loses, I think, like 3 sand skimmers. Yeah, and he doesn't actually get anything. So, always a bit awkward when you praise a player for like very smart play, and then they do something that you think is not very smart. Definitely, that was a big overcommit on the salvager line there. But it is tech coming out for NoFun, though. It's going to be assault chips here to match the skimmer count there. I think that's actually wise, because if he goes for assault rails, you often have a problem where, yeah, assault rails are really good against skims, but only if they have like backing of skims of their own, and he's just lost a bunch. So, and assault chips are kind of like that as well, to be honest, but not quite as polarizingly so. However, this is a money trade for him, and Rompafrolic really should not be here at all. He's underneath the base runner heal, which does target enemies, to be fair. It gives him a little bit of healing, but it mostly does it to allies. But, like, not only that, Rompafrolic wasn't even shooting the skims, he was just shooting the PC that whole time. So, NoFun taking a really good trade in return, and the scoreline's 3-3 now, actually, so that's pretty funny. But he's going to have the tech first, and he does tech into sand skimmer armor as well, just trying to get himself a little bit of survivability here. Didn't build any LDMs, and that's kind of a shame, actually, because it means that, like, you know, because he goes 1 PC and his opponent goes 2, he actually manages to control the field, he can get those LDMs out, but now that he's pushed back to his carrier, he doesn't have to worry about defending them, so maybe in a way that's actually kind of a silver lining, but this is again going to be a bad trade for Rompafrolic, not to mention Armor 1 just finished for NoFun as well, so... But actually, he kind of fibs the micro there, takes a 1-for-0 trade, so Rompafrolic amazingly coming out on top of that, despite having a big numbers disadvantage. Dust kind of settles a little bit here. We do have armor coming out for NoFun. He'll probably get armored unit defenses pretty soon here as well, because obviously it is skims that he's fighting against. So the question is, does Rompafrolic do the right thing or the wrong thing? And the right thing is definitely to get tech. Either that or ref mode. But if he goes for sand skimmer upgrades, which he is, I'm gonna pull my hair out. Although, really, NoFun does need that armored unit defenses 1 here. That's definitely a must-have. Especially as damage is teching on these skims, obviously. Those assault chips are going to melt really quickly if you don't build any armor against it. But the problem is, like, if you just go for skims like this and you don't build any tech off the back of it, like, obviously your opponent, even on 1 production line against your 2, he can win that fight there. And as you can see, NoFun just kind of trying to heal up the space burner while he's got a bit of downtime. It's a good move. But so, what is Rompafrolic's advantage right now? Well, he's got field control, he pushed out to this side of the map, but that's going to be fleeting because if he doesn't get tech, he's going to be pushed out. So he can translate the field control into pressure against the carrier, where he like gets a tech and tries to fight, or he can translate it into eco, where he goes ref mode and goes back home. But he's just doing neither here, so eventually that advantage is going to evaporate and he'll be left with nothing. and I feel like that's kind of what we're seeing happening here. He is going to go for some extractions, but double base runner here when he really should be getting tech or ref mode, huge money waste. This is absolutely not right. I don't often try to prescribe the right way to play, but I've seen this too many times from Rompafrolic to not say anything about it. That's my 2 cents. Here comes a little bit of an engage here. Sand Skimmers want to poke into the carrier so they can get, but there are 3 assault chips there, so they're going to back away. Armor 1 is done, so this is going to be a little bit more survivable than you would have expected before. At this point, when he's got 3 of them, like, obviously if he holds by the carrier, these guys will never be pressured, but even moving out, he probably can fight this number of skims, but you never want to gamble on it too much, because if you take a bad engage where the skims can get on you immediately, you might find yourself kind of falling on your face there. However, skims are going to come over here to react to this pull, which is what NoFun should have been expecting, but he leaves the assault chips idle right there, so skims are going to show up here for Rompafrolic, and there's no rating for NoFun, so he may kind of bite it here a little bit. Uh-oh. Here come the assault chips now, but again, they're very late, so... And that rating upgrade is not done for NoFun, so Rompafrolic going to jump up here and take a really money trade here. He's going to get, like, 6 of them for 1 or so, probably. Looks like that base runner hero is actually doing a lot more for survivability than I expected, so... He manages to stem the bleeding a little bit. He's got 2 PC now, by the way, though, but, like, what he can do with that is get the Sand Skimmer advantage, right? Obviously, he can't build, you know... he can't double produce assault chips very well, so I think he really wants to commit to raiding. Actually, I think it'd be a good tech for him. Right now, though, he probably needs fleet capacity first. Still, though, these assault chips are kind of the kingmakers on the field, and again, like I said, they probably can take this fight. Getting some good damage for now. He could tech into defenses too as well if he decides his opponent has too many techs. Like, too many upgrades here for the assault chips to fight. But you can see they do take that trade really, really well at that kind of range. This, they probably take a little bit better, but again, they're really bunched up here, actually, because of the way that he queued the move order there, so a lot of splash damage being taken by these skims here. There's no skims from NoFun, though, to capitalize, and that's what they can really do, because the assault chips will damage all of them, and then your skims can come up and take really money trades, but unfortunately he hasn't got any left. He lost them earlier. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's isolating these assault chips kind of one by one is Rompafrolic, and that's really, really what he wants to do, so fair play to him. That's going out pretty well for him. And he did actually get a tech finally. He does have assault rails now. Assault chips, you're not targeting. He's still got a target command on these guys, so they're not even shooting back at all, which is a touch awkward, you would say. But the scanner dies, that'll reset the target command, so he's a little bit of luck there for NoFun. He's got a lot of assault chips now, but he really needs to be careful. This may be a fight he can win, actually. He pushes up and targets these assault chips right away. He gets a bit of damage, but not a huge amount. Rompafrolic might want to consider dart maneuver, actually. He's actually gotten rail armor 1, but there's not really any skims for NoFun, and rail armor upgrades become really impactful, I think, after 1, because they start giving it, like, hull integrity as well. These assault chips kind of have gotten by, but this is the fake hill of fire-based curls, so you do have to note they will get shot on the back line there. And assault chips here for NoFun, meanwhile, actually they did kill a couple skims, they must have. I see this blob is smaller than it was before, but they haven't really been able to get a huge amount done, so we'll see just sort of sitting at home here. Still no ref mode from either player, though. They're both committing to this attack. But I really think NoFun's way to play this is to get Sand Skimmer rating and try and get some skims up that can support these assault chips. They have a really big synergy with each other. This is just how the mirror matchup always seems to be. It's very dependent on Sand Skimmers, I think. You kind of have to have skims to fight in the mirror matchup. So, oh boy, this could be really good or really bad. I don't really know what to think about this. Assault rails are going to get hit, but yeah, assault ship's going to back away here before they take any shots. It's probably wise. Ref mode must have been started because look at the way he's fanning out. Yeah, it is. 25 seconds away, and that's actually going to be a huge eco lead for for Rompafrolic if he manages to keep that without losing any eco for it. NoFun is building skims though, which is what I wanted to see him do. No rating for him, but he might not need it as much as I'm expecting. I'm thinking more of like the chase down and also trying to get up on top of these assault rails here. I feel like rating would be really valuable, but and NoFun, by the way, often playing Con F. Either that or so on. So seeing him on Galzine is interesting, but he doesn't have that mobility support that he might be used to otherwise. So assault chips are actually in range of these assault rails. They want to take this fight, I think. Yep. Okay, so assault rail is going to start kind of melting here, actually. They do have armor 1 though, which is effective against these skims. Oh, but these assault chips backed away there. You really want to commit in, I think, rather than out. There's only one assault rail left though, and the assault ships are starting to chunk these skims here, which don't have any support from the assault railguns. How many words in Homeworld are, like, how many unit names are there that have assault in them? I feel like there's overwhelmingly too many. By the way, at this point, there's a lot of AS. I think I would commit to defenses level 2, but... He's going for the numbers, then. Quantity, not quality. This assault rail here, stepping in just a little bit too far. Does get sniped down there. What did you miss? Look at the carcasses on the field, man. A lot of crap has happened. NoFun is on Rompafrolic is on eco though, so if this game state can continue where NoFun is pushing but hasn't reached his base, he'll be ahead, but it looks like these assault ships are almost already here. This could really go either way, but NoFun has it all to do. He's got the push obligation in a big way here, because his opponent is on 3 base, and he's on 1, so obviously he will fall behind eventually. He wants to back these assault ships away. He does so. Depth packs deployed here, but it's a bit of a miss. Yeah, that's relatable as well, to be honest. Man, I went to bed at like 10 PM yesterday. I was tired. Skim's getting a little chunked up here by the assault rails. I mean, these guys actually have got armor 2 right now, so they're really quite survivable. Again, still no damage upgrades for NoFun. And I've seen, I mean, these rails have quite a surprising survivability when you get the armor ups and your opponent does not take damage. So, NoFun, excuse me, bit of hiccups there. Gonna have to back away here a little bit. And again, that really favors Rompafrolic because he's the guy who's got the eco. He's on 3 base right now, so... Oh, shoot. Casual 2 hours of sleep. Yikes. Hey, man. If you gotta watch the finals, you just gotta. There's no choice, right? Dart maneuver's done, by the way. I'm always a fan of dart maneuver. There's a sacrificial base runner there. Rompafrolic really seems to... He believes in a pantheon of gods that are pleased when base runners are sacrificed to them. I guess that's what I'll say. So, you know, he's just doing his due diligence, right, to please the base runner gods. This, by the way, very bad fight, I think, but he's got dart, so he can try and get out of here if he wants. Yeah, dart is used there just to try and back away. The skims are up on top of him, though, but again, this is armor 2 on the rails, so they're pretty survivable, but this is still not their optimal trading pattern here. Yeah, they are getting chunked quite a bit by that high ground, but okay, now he probably wants to back away. This is starting to look like a bit of an overcommit to me. Still, though, he's killing a lot of assault rails here, and if this facilitates the assault ships to go in, maybe it's okay, but he's not going to get all of them. A lot of skims going down here for NoFun. He started that trade really strong, but it's looking a little suspicious now, but Rompafrolic really needs to be careful to kite these railguns. Dart maneuver is on a very low cooldown. It's ready again already. Ready already. I hate it when I say that. This is mad. I mean, honestly, NoFun should, like, take these guys off of RUs and just have them LDM. He's got a huge bank in RUs here. Skimmer rating is coming out for him, then. And it's maybe the damage upgrades he's thinking about, because like I said, if he gets those, he will be able to do a lot more damage. These assault rails, speaking of which, this is very good engaged now. All the skims are dead, so if he gets on top of these assault rails, he probably will kill a lot of them. The army for Rompafrolic looking suspiciously small. I wonder if he's being a buoyant gamer again. Oh, not really. I mean, although he could have like 7 skims with that money, but... Extract comes up for NoFun now, by the way, kind of turning the tables a little bit. But he looks like he's backing away, actually, with these PCs. You see this? I wonder if he goes to ref mode from this point. Assault ships do jump up onto this 3rd base, though. Manage to kill off all the salvagers, I think. I believe they will. Dart maneuver, again, still available for these assault rails, so they probably will be able to kite just fine. He's going to want to use that now. I don't like NoFun pushing in here. Yeah, there's the kite. Seems like a bit of an overcommit. I think he could have had these 2 salvagers instead. Hidden behind this hill here where he's got a modicum of safety, but now the skimmers feel confident to just jump on top of him. And this game, man, it's crazy. It's just back and forth over and over again, but ref mode is started for NoFun, so that's his plan. Wants to go up onto 2 base, and again, I would really pull these 2 guys over to here, because he's got a huge RU bank right now. Doesn't really need those. Another base runner has an artifact here, but really questionable he'll be able to extract this. The skims are out for blood. And it looks, I mean, it was crazy that NoFun was able to continue that fight for so long off of 1 base here, but Rompafrolic finally does seem to be pushing out across the field. He's gotten stabilized here, he's not really getting pressured, and now the army disparity starts to look a little bit massive here. look at how many... Another sacrifice to the base runner gods. Yeah, NoFun doing his part too, you know? Doesn't want to be a slacker. But look at how many skims are here, as well as the rails and honor guards are being built. They're not even just teched. Missile ship fab coming out blind for Rompafrolic. I think that's a good move, because if your opponent does go back to eco, he may go for air. And you have a lot of targets that are squishy against interceptors, so good to go for that. NoFun probably wants to power up the weapons here, try and keep his Salvador safe by these sand skimmers. But you gotta realize, by the way, he's almost mined out, actually. So we are kind of approaching a bit of a, kind of like endgame scenario in a way. I think if you're uninterrupted, the base mines out before 14, but I guess we'll see in this game, because he's been uninterrupted here, I'm pretty sure. Armor 2, teching for Rompafrolic, really kind of throwing the Space Runner a bit, though. Yeah, he does catch it, though, he's going to be okay. Space Runner heal popped as well, just to confirm NoFun cannot take this trade, so he's going to back away. And damage 1 is coming out for NoFun, so it looks like he does want to fight those assault rails with it. But it's going to be tricky, because this honor guard is out, and the honor guard is a huge, like, a huge denial tool to these sand skimmers, you know, because anywhere that honor guard is, the sand skimmers have to be so careful about just getting blown up. If he wants to fight this extract, by the way, he could bring one of these PCs over and unlock his carrier, but I don't know, I really don't think he can fight this even then, because there's a lot of assault rails here. Extraction comes out, brings the scoreline to 3-1. Rompafrolic with quite a bit of carrier power, and you know he likes carrier power. Builds another base runner. I mean, I don't know how many base runners he's built, but it's probably got to be like 6 or 7 at this point. However, in this case, I agree. His army is looking quite fine. A lot of assault rails. They use the dart maneuver just to stay away there. It's a bit of an odd engage, but he doesn't lose anyone for it. Tons of skims here, and obviously the honor guards do a huge amount to shutting things down. And he does have that missile ship tech, although he didn't build any, but it's probably because he can see that carrier. He knows that there's no air here, so he doesn't have to. NoFun's main base is mined out there. Obviously the RU patch takes a lot longer to mine out, but oh boy, I mean look at the damage of these assault railguns on this carrier. It's quite a lot. Bit of power into healing then, just trying to keep himself alive for now. Looks like he's going to commit the skims to try and stop this base runner from extracting that artifact as well. He's got to, because he is close to the wall on artifacts extractions here. Rompafrolic looks like with the sand skimmer upgrade lead here, but he probably, I think, has the numbers too. But these assault ships chipping in would definitely swing that fight for him. Honor guard's not really in position. Assault rails, though, they have the dart maneuver. They should dart up to this hill and try and get involved in this fight. But it looks like he's kind of winning it anyway. I like the move there to just get a little bit of high ground as well. And NoFun gonna say he thinks he's seen enough, this game is over. He chooses to GG out. And Rompafrolic does take his first game in the group stage against probably his second most dangerous opponent there. That's gotta feel pretty good. Winning games off of NoFun is no joke. But it is fun. So very, very well done to him there, although there were definitely some moments that, like I said, I really don't think it was the right move. But he managed to stabilize, and he is gonna take this game. Maybe it was the honor guard, honestly, that made NoFun choose to surrender, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't think he'd seen it before. And when honor guards come out like that, you gotta be like, oh gosh, you know, so let's go ahead and jump into game 2. This one gonna be on Kartoba. Also known as the Wouldn't It Be Cool map. Just because, like, you know, wouldn't it be cool? I mean, this is just a suggestion, but, like, what if you could drive, like, on the Kartoba? Anyway, looks like things are going to get flipped up just a little bit here, though. NoFun with his first pick last game chose to play Galzian here, but this time, Rompafrolic picking Galzian first, as he does at the first pick for game 2. And NoFun going to avoid the mirror matchup this time, and he goes for Soban instead. Ordinarily, I would say I feel like NoFun kind of not playing to his strength if he doesn't take the mirror match, because I think that's what he's actually quite good at, but you know, I don't know. I mean, he didn't really do so well last game. I mean, maybe this is not a bad idea. And Rompafrolic going to pick Kartoba means he's probably going to try to rail rush. To be fair, NoFun's defense on Soban is quite good. If you saw him, you know, using targeting jammers back when that first started becoming kind of the meta because of him, right? I mean, he was playing, I wouldn't say godly, but like really, really well. He even took some games off of A game, I believe. I think his defense is pretty decent. Not like a Discara level defending player or like Marchwadden or something like that, but he's pretty good at it. So this may play into his strength, but we'll just have to see. It is going to be SC first, all right. So that is queued up and ready to What am I talking about? It's still building. Well, I think his timing was pretty good, by the way. 29:15, I think I saw on the clock. I believe 29:20 is about the goal for SC timings. I think I've gotten it about 2 seconds faster than that before, but it seems a little bit random at that point. Probe deployed after LAV fab starts. That's exactly what you want to see. Obviously, the reason for that is that if you deploy the probe before LAV fab is started, then even if you see like enemy units here that you want to react to, I mean, what are you going to do? You don't have LAV fab yet, so you might as well not even have seen it. So launching the probe at this time, I think, is the right call. Sees that base runner. Base runner not going to get any shots off on him, so he keeps that thing healthy as well. Catches the probe too, or scanner that is. And now he's probably going to want to bring this probe down and try and see what the play is, but he probably thinks that this is eco, and his opponent will be seeing him going eco as well, and just kind of, it'll be a slow early game. Not so, though, as in fact Assault Ship Tech has already started here for Rompa, but it's not going to be a rail rush, though. I do kind of wonder about Assault Ship pushing against Soban. I feel like it's a little bit weaker. Just because the Assault Ships obviously have, you know, a weakness against Stridecraft when they get sundered by railguns, and that Soban carrier has that sunder effect. When it hits you with its point defense, it drops your armor by 4. So I wonder if this is the right move or not, but I mean, if he's able to make it work, he's able to make it work, so we'll see what his plan is. Does keep that base runner, though, as he always does. But one thing I'm very happy to see, though, is he is going for tech early, so doesn't actually pick this up, though. It's probably a mistake. Imagine he'll go back and grab that in a moment. Probe taking a little bit of damage to this base runner right now, but he did pop by the second base and didn't see that PC, so I think that NoFun is kind of suspecting what's going on here, and indeed carry production upgrade is on the way. That's the thing, though, he probably suspects rail rush. That's what it would look like. So the answer to this usually is to go for carry production upgrade and spam LAVs out, and maybe Coalition has a bit of a weakness here, although they do have that turret to defend. But Soban, obviously with the Sunder on the carrier like I was talking about, if he has a lot of LAVs, I feel like he's actually got defense against the Assault Ships. 2 PCs on the way, by the way, for Rompafrolic, but he does have Assault Ship Tech done, so he's building that as well. Still no Armor 1. I think that'd be a good choice to get as well, but we'll see when he ends up doing that, if he does eventually. And of course, you gotta remember as well, this base runner does have that targeting jammer ready to deploy, so perhaps NoFun will be able to make some good use of that also. Bit of posturing here from both players, trying to get into a good position to take this fight. ALMs are powered up. There's the targeting jammer though, but that to me feels like a bit of a waste. It's a pretty long cooldown, 80 seconds, and so if it doesn't get value here, then it's not going to be ready for the next fight. Sure enough, it probably just will be punched down there. NoFun, once upon a time, the king of targeting jammers, feels like he's kind of floundering a little bit here. Needs to bring the carrier back, that's the call, but he is taking a very good trade against these LAVs now. But again, targeting jammer cooldown is, well, it's on cooldown. He can't use that right now, so this is when Rompafrolic wants to push, and he seems to know it. No Armor 1. Oh, no, he does have Armor 1. That's really good for Rompafrolic then. LAV armor finishing just now, but it's a bit late. He's already lost a lot of them. And that carrier's still not rotating back. He needs to bring the carrier over to get that Sunder, so that he can fight these Assault Ships here. Again, your opponent is going to be on 1 base while this is happening, so you can go back to 1 base and not worry about losing money relative to him, because he's certainly not gaining money, you know, relative to you. He has pinched Rompafrolic into the corner here, and I'm sure he's kind of kicking himself about that targeting jammer right now, because if it was up, I bet he would actually be able to take an engage at this point. Armor 2 done, by the way, on the LAVs now. Targeting jammer almost off of cooldown here. And it is ready to go. Here comes the base runner. He's definitely, yeah, he's gonna go for it. It's a pretty good hit. Catches all of them, but he's gonna kind of run into the targeting jammer himself there. Manages to pick off 1 Assault Ship here before he even takes any shots, really. But these Assault Ships are kind of getting out of the targeting jammer now, and there's more of them coming on the other side. Actually, those are skins, I suppose. That's not going to be a huge threat, because he's got a lot of LAVs here. I think he needs Assault Pack, and he needs to get the damage upgrades here. But look at this. These Assault Ships are actually really low. I didn't realize this. Maybe he didn't either until just now. But he chooses to commit up onto them. He kills 2 of them there. Oh, that's really big, and he's going to kill off the skins too. So now these these PCs kind of what's the word for this? Unsupported, right? They don't really have anything here. Assault Ship pops out though. NoFun. Uh-oh, he's targeting the PC. He really wants to be targeting the units here, not the PC, because if he goes for this, this is really all or nothing, and this is kind of the one way he could lose from here, I feel. Okay, there we go. He's going to target the assault ships, but he's taken so much damage already, he's going to kind of have to back away here now. Oh, man. This is far from over. This is a really, still a very tight scenario. 3 assault ships are back up, and that targeting jammer is on cooldown, but this time I'm sure Rompafrolic has to realize he's got the split. He's got to make sure that he doesn't, oh, taking really, really good trades here on these LAVs. Gets a couple shots in the base front too, that's not really what he wants. He's gonna lose an assault ship here, I think, but he's got more building. This is okay for him. He just needs to make sure that he splits when that targeting jammer comes out, doesn't get hit by it. Fighter and gunship tech coming up. Wait, what? Fighter and gunship tech coming up for NoFun? That's insanity. Targeting jammer comes down here, by the way. Pretty good position. Catches 3 of them, and Rompafrolic is not really responding just yet. He needs to move this guy out here. This is the wrong direction that he's going right now. Oh, man. It's close, though. LAVs do manage to kill off one of those assault ships there now. I feel like rather than fighter and gunship, he needs the damage upgrade if he's not going to go for railgun fab here, I think. But this is still really, really close here. And Rompafrolic, if he can get up to armor 3, he'd be really happy about that, I'm sure. He's actually starting to LDM more, like, salvagers onto his 3rd base here because he just needs more CUs. That's crazy. Oh, what about the base sprinter? It should have been extracting this whole time. He could have been on, like, 3 artifacts or something. I guess he's just really, really focused on the micro here and, like, you know, fair play. I mean, you've got to be, because this is definitely kind of for the game here. I don't like him leaving, though. I think he ought to stay still. He hasn't been pushed out yet. Air tech is done. NoFun might be able to, Rompafrolic might be able to see this. But the carrier is finally showing up, and now this is where things start to get difficult for Rompafrolic. But NoFun spending a long time not bringing his carrier out here to the defense. Looks like Rompafrolic is going to choose to back away now, then. Wow. Really crazy early game here, but it looks like we're finally stabilizing into a mid-game scenario. NoFun kind of chasing a little far with this carrier. I don't quite like that. I think he really just wants to try and get up on 2 base, because he does have that advantage. Maybe even send a probe out and just hold it here and, like, see if his opponent, you know, pushes on him at all. But man, oh man, what a freaking early game. This is crazy. Damage 1 coming out for NoFun. You like to see it. This is a lot of LAVs. You know, they're going to be pretty powerful there. Really risky move here is he just drives the LAVs out toward that base runner. He's not checking to see if his opponent can see him at all. But he's going to launch the air now, which gives him a vision radius like this big. Oh, that's a little smaller than I thought. I guess he just feels comfortable that he's not going to get pushed here. Here come the strike fighters. Oh, Rompafrolic! Not like this. Not like this. More of this eco-suicide. You can't do... Just leave him on the main base. It's better. I promise it's better. We've done the math. Frosty Teeth made a whole spreadsheet about this. A couple salvagers going to be taken out by these strike fighters here. Let's actually toggle the hit bar. Oh my gosh, I hit the start button. Ah. But one strike fighter does go down there, it looks like. Lost to one of the PCs. Uh-oh, he's going to lose a second here if he's not careful. Oh. Oh, 10 HP on that bad boy. Does make it out, though. He'll be able to tell his grandkids about his World War II stories. So that's nice. But he kind of sees that the whole army is left. Again, I don't know why these assault ships are here. Now it kind of makes sense because there's air, but he didn't have to bring all the, like, he had to bring the PCs back, but he didn't have to bring all the army back as well. Now, Rompa, you know he's got air, right? He's not taking any missile ships just yet. Oh man, he's getting really greedy. I mean, he knows he'll be punished for this, I gotta imagine. Railgun Fab, by the way, coming up for NoFun now. He's not going up onto 3 base, though, so NoFun seems to want to... NoFun seems to want to play this a little bit, I don't know, a little bit decisively, I guess is the word for this, but I'm not sure if it'll work out for him, so I don't want to say decisive, because that sounds like such a positive. But I feel like going for Rail Fab here, he really wants to pressure his opponent, but these LAVs kind of just standing idle at home for now. Really wants to use that air, though. There are still salvagers to be picked off here, and Rompafrolic has finally started up Missile Ship Fab. But yeah, there's more damage to get done with this air before those missile ships are up. Really big ball of LAVs, though. This is still pretty scary. How many is that? 17? Railgun Fab done now for NoFun. And he does have another support cruiser, so he is going up onto 3 base now. Doesn't look like... Because what it looked like when he gets that Railgun Fab is he's going to go for a power play where that support cruiser holds the second and he unlocks carrier, but I'm not going to go for it. To be fair, those have sort of fallen out of favor in the current meta. Scanner deployed here by Rompafrolic just to check, but it is going to be denied. That is another base spinner he's built though, so you know he's keeping up his obligations to the base spinner gods. Pro here might even take a bit of flack for that, but no, it looks like he gets out of the way. And double missile ship coming out for Rompafrolic here. They're going to be done in about like 30 seconds, so this window for the strike fighters is closing rapidly. To be fair, base spinner looks pretty okay here because it does have anti-air, so... Yeah, NoFun, it looks like not really going to use that window with these strike fighters. Those missile ships are going to be out, so he can't really get any damage done here. Could maybe hurt the assault ships a bit, though. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's going to go for. Well, it looks like he's not sure what he wants to go for. He'll eat missiles if he stays. Uh-oh. Oh, remarkably, none of them die there. That's actually pretty lucky for NoFun. Uh-oh, missile battery does catch another one, though. Base spinner from Rompafrolic again, as Rompafrolic base spinners are wont to do. Just figures he'll go and extract here, even though he had 0 field control. I don't really know what the idea behind that was, but it does get denied, as it should. It's a very typical thing to see from him, unfortunately. Mag Accelerator now coming out for NoFun. Now, you usually see Mag Excel right before people want to take a fight, so this is kind of a sign that he's sort of bristling. He's ready to go for it. And that base spinner, which he kept from the beginning, is going to go out and try and get an extract now. Does still have quite a healthy number of LAVs here. The tech from Rompafrolic has mostly been reactionary then. It's just missile ships, really. He could have gone into interceptors, could have gone to siege, but he hasn't gotten anything yet. And armor LAV tends to win... He's not got LAVs, does he? He's Gaussian. Armor Strikecraft tends to lose out against Strikecraft and Rails, so this is usually like a winning composition for the Rail player. But you should note, of course, that if the armor gets a good engage, they do have very good DPS. So this is not, you know, impossible for Rompafrolic, but I would expect NoFun to get some value out of this push here. Pretty nice missile ship barrage though, manages to whittle down the numbers of these LAVs just a little bit. Coalition does feel that attrition, of course. They don't have that passive regeneration. Oh no, he's accidentally rallied the PCs together here instead of giving, I think, what should have been a rally point. That's unfortunate. You hate 12, see it. Strike fighters take a little bit of fire there by the missile ships. He's got to be careful. This guy, a little frisky, he will pay for it. Gets one assault ship for his troubles, but you wouldn't really call that worth. It's 90 RUs for the strike fighter. Looks like the little accidental move order there has been corrected by Rompafrolic, so he's back in business. But kind of a lot of waiting here. NoFun is not pushing really hard. He doesn't really want to push this advantage, it seems. He'd rather just kind of take it slow, get artifacts out with this. But in that case, I'd like to see more base spinners produced. I think he could do with a couple more base spinners. You know, because if you're going to use the field control to get extractions out, you might as well get a lot, right? LAVs are chunking the eco, actually. It's kind of hard to see these things often, but 2 Salvagers did go down there. He's also using Mark Target, which is pretty cool, to make those Salvagers take a bit more damage from the LAVs. Gotta love that Mark Target ability on the Saban railguns. It's very, very strong. Want to see base spinners because of targeting jammer? Well, you know, you're not wrong about that either. And hey, look, he is building one. What can I say, you know? Targeting jammer is a lot of fun. And again, I mean, NoFun really used to be the king of the targeting jammer. He would drop the nastiest ones. I think Moose has kind of claimed that title these days, but I always love to see what NoFun will do with those base spinners. For now, armor, trying to make a little bit of a poke, but this is something about Saban rails, well, just rails in general. I mean, like I said, Strikecraft armor tends to lose against Strikecraft rail. That's a bit of an odd hill. So you don't really want to, you know, poke out like that because you'll just lose guys, right? And Saban rails have really, really good damage, so they will get kills like that. Does manage to get behind the line of sight blocker, which is the Kartoba there. This hill is surprisingly flatter than it looks. You know how it is. There's a terrain mesh and there's a, like, visible terrain. They don't always line up. Mark Target could be used then for NoFun right now to try and win this fight here, but instead it's going to be targeting jammers and one dropped in a really nice position right there. Could drop another one behind. He does. Could maybe delete this one too then. Yep, he does. Look at that. I'm like a mind reader. Skim's gonna Gonna be hurting a little bit after that one. Mark Turn can be used here, just put a bit more damage on this carrier, but Rompafrolic wants to push out here. This is only power 2 against a lot of Savon rails. He doesn't win this, I guess I'll just say. But NoFun is giving him a lot of space, actually. Wants to keep vision is the thing with these LAVs. He wants to be able to see his opponent here and keep shooting him as he makes this push, so that like by the time he gets to here, he'd be dead, right? And that way, you know, your opponent's not going to make a carrier push on you like this. That carrier HP pool can sort of act as like a distance, if you will, right? Because it's an amount of time that you can take those rail shots without dying, so it lets you get to a certain point. Power 3 teching, by the way, for Rompafrolic right now. And NoFun really just looking to, well, actually, he's taking carrier power as well, but he's looking to just kind of hold this carrier power push, and he's doing just fine for now. There are heavy rails out, but Rompafrolic has a very big lead on the numbers here. He does not have much armor. He did actually tech AVs to get assault cruisers in here, so he did manage to get one armor tech there. Makes him a bit more survivable against these sand skimmers, which do have damage 1. But in terms of a rail fight, he'd win this just by sheer numbers, not by upgrades. LAVs now taking a really nice trade against these skins. Remember, these are almost full ups LAVs. In fact, I would maybe go for this last damage upgrade too. Assault cruisers are out now, and it looks like he wants to send these guys on a flank. I really like that call. I mean, yeah, they could be okay in this position here, but I feel like the railguns have got it sussed. You don't really need the assault cruisers to be out in the front line here. So going in for a backstab, if your opponent doesn't check this, insta-death, right? And by the way, Rompafrolic choosing to unlock his carrier without building another PC here, but then why is this guy leaving the main base where he mines much more efficiently? That's really kind of a head-scratcher as well. Gaussian carrier in a good position, though. NoFun has kind of let him get a little bit too close now. Still, though, he's got a really big number of railguns here, and his carrier has quite a decent power also. Another assault cruiser produced. This one maybe should come to the front line. Damage 2 is on the way, like I wanted to see, and he's got a lot of railguns on the queue. I think that's really all he needs. Pretty big float, but he's close to fleet capacity. I don't really hate it, to be honest. I know A-Game's gonna lambast me for saying that. Missile ships do their barrage here to just try and hurt these assault cruisers, but there's nothing else to capitalize on that, so it's not going to be a huge deal. And Rompafrolic starts moving back with his carrier then. I think he recognizes he's got to deal with this. Not able to get any more extractions out, and NoFun still just has the vastly superior armory, so Rompafrolic has made this move at the expense of his main base, basically. Basically. And he hasn't really gotten anything for it, to be honest with you. Couple railguns being produced then to try and hold off these assault cruisers here, but they are here. I mean, no more waiting. Targeting jammer deployed, and really that's just cyberbullying at this point. Assault cruisers are just gonna chunk these skims here, and they will die very fast. They might get one railgun, but that's not huge numbers. Missile ship barrage also a bit of a miss there. Doesn't manage to finish off that one kill. And NoFun all of a sudden is putting on a clinic here. He's pushing from both sides very, very strongly. Does manage to push the salves off of this base at least, although they weren't mining already. But the real news is that he brought his carrier over here, which means that he gets all of this ground now for free. And he's got 2 base runners, so he can extract as well. Carrier starting to move out as well. He's got a lot of CUs, so I would actually build base runners here. Just try and get one more out, you know, go for a triple extract. A lot of carrier power, and that can be a very, very strong win condition for Savon. But right now, these railguns moving in a really curious fashion. They're actually leaving the LAVs and going off to that side. Yeah, that did look weird to me. He's gonna reconsider that one. The LAVs, though, I mean, there's just nothing to contest them here. Nothing but this Gaussian carrier, I suppose, but it's only got so much damage. These are, of course, armor 2 LAVs, so they've got quite a lot of... Oops. Yeah, they've got quite a lot of survivability here. Damage 2 as well, so they hit pretty hard. Salvager's actually getting killed by Savon rails now. Savon rails are crazy, man. Because they have, like, really good accuracy, right? So it's no longer a tinfoil hat thing. I now actually have gotten it confirmed to me that they do have a modifier that gives them more accuracy against strike. I imagine A-Game's going to remove it from the next patch, but I'm not sure. But at any rate, down goes the Gaussian carrier, and NoFun does take it with some very nice pushing there. And Rompafrolic, I gotta say, pretty crazy opener. It was a lot of fun to watch, but then really pretty questionable carrier move out there. He didn't get anything done for it, gave away his main base. NoFun, huge army, you know, he capitalized the way he should. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think that A-Game wants to do some games now, so I'm gonna probably play some of those, and then I'll get back to casting in a moment after that. He's not here just yet, though, so I guess we'll be waiting for a second, but thanks for watching, though.